Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back, and hello my RC fans. I know a lot of you have been waiting for some RC stuff, and I got at least something for you for today. We're working on it. Weather is kind of up and down lately, so we have an indoor video for you because this will not run in the snow. Will not run on deep carpet either. This is like the limitation of carpet depth for this machine. Anyways, don't exactly have a big apartment here, but we're going to give it our best go and give this thing a run. Now, this is the Newbright Spyder. Runs on 4 AA batteries in the vehicle and 2 AA's in the radio. It does have an on and off switch on the vehicle, although the radio, as soon as you move the sticks, it turns the radio on, which is interesting. Anyways, I picked this up from Value Village on a deal. I thought, okay, cool. Batteries were pretty pork, so I actually put some fresh batteries in it today, so it's running some Energizers. Give it a good fair shot. Anyways, let's give this thing a little spin and see what happens. Ooh, I almost did a Bernie. That's like full throttle. It's like one speed. Okay, full left, full right, full throttle, front or back. Oh, crash. Stopped pretty quick. Okay, well, the steering radius does absolutely suck on this thing. Not really impressed with the steering radius. Nothing you can do about it either. It does have steering trim control. The detail on this thing is amazing. One thing I do like about Newbright toys, okay, I love about Newbright toys, is actually the amount of detail they put into their vehicles to make them very realistic looking. Now, if they could just up the quality with that and supply us parts, that would be awesome, okay? And of course performance has to get up too. It's not the fastest kid on the block. It's a kid's toy. We understand this. You know, they are what they are, right? But they are neat either way. You can have a little bit of fun with it. Young little kids love these things, okay? I have a grandson who absolutely adores anything that he can pull the trigger on, especially my wife's RC vehicle. Well, that was hobby grade, and she still has to get it fixed, but she had fun. He had a blast with it. Like, I mean, it was insane. But he even loves the toy grade stuff. You know, I gave him his a Newbright truck and a tank, and he absolutely loves the stuff. You know, kids are kids, right? And we were kids once too. But anyway, so I think as far as the vehicle goes, it's fun for running it in the house if you got the space for it. I really don't, because we have like too much stuff in here. Especially the hobby grade RC stuff is like all over the place. Running it outdoors though would be a lot more fun, obviously, and interesting. But it's going to be limited to asphalt. Okay, you're not going to run this on your country roads. It's not going to work well for you. So you really do need smooth surfaces for this. You could probably take it to a skate park where it's smooth surface, and you would be fine with it, that sort of dealy. Not going to run on grass, not going to run in carpet that's any more thicker than what it's sitting on right now on the floor here. You know, it's going to be a struggle, right? And of course you do need some space for this thing, otherwise you're doing like what we call a 300-point turn. It's just because the steering radius is so bad. If they made the steering radius better, I think it would be a lot better, more fun or toy that way, you know, a little bit more realistic other than the looks of it. Make it run a little more realistic at least. But otherwise, yeah, not too bad. I mean, for what I paid for it, it was a really good deal. I got it at Value Village, so I didn't obviously pay very much for it. And at least it came with the remote, because a lot of their stuff hasn't been lately. And I'm going to go see what kind of scores I can get out of there today while I'm in North Bay. Because there was another one I saw that was on 27 megahertz, no remote, but this remote should work with it. You never know. A lot of the Newbright stuff is cross-compatible with their own radio gear. But anyway, as far as star rating goes, I mean, we're going to keep in mind that this is a toy. It's not a hobby grade machine. Hobbyists may be able, like even myself, I would probably be able to do some hobby grade ups to it, but yeah, not enough, you know. But keeping in mind that it is a toy grade toy for kids, I have always felt, and I will be totally honest, I've always felt that Newbright toys are way, way overpriced for what you're getting in the performance area, and of course you have no parts access. But as far as detail and looks, they definitely have a really good thing going there. So it's just a matter of upping the rest of it. Would be kind of nice, and they could break into a whole new level of the RC world if they wanted to bad enough, I guess. But I do feel they are overpriced. So if you can get them on sale, great. Especially if it's like 50% off. The toys, any other toys would be worth the price at 50% off or more. Anyway, so I think that I would put this at 3 3/4 out of 5. I think is more than fair. It's not perfect. It is very limited on terrains that it can go on to. Of course, the steering radius absolutely sucks. Good points about it, of course, is that it runs fine. You know, it's got a bit of speed in it, which is good. You know, it looks just awesome. Like, the looks on it is just awesome. And it runs off AA batteries, which is good because this way parents don't have to worry about lithium-ion batteries, which Newbright has been using, which their technology sucks on because they didn't put a cutoff system into their lithium-ion systems. At least not last time I had one. But the benefit is batteries don't cost that much. But I would definitely recommend not using cheap batteries in this thing. Use Duracell or Energizers. They're going to give the kids like hours of fun compared to like maybe a minute and a half tops on dollar store batteries. I've tested those before on Newbrights, and the dollar store batteries suck. So put some decent batteries in, you're good to go. Anyways, so that's pretty much about all I got for you on this one. So we'll take it from there. Tell me what you guys think. I mean, I think it, you know, to me, even just having it on the shelf to look at, I think for me, at least as an RC person, I like the looks of it. You know, I think it looks really super slick, you know, and it's something that I could, you know, mess around with in areas around the house if it's too cold to go outside. So for me, that's kind of an advantage to have something like this, because, you know, driving any of my hobby grade RCs in the house is absolutely a no-go, right? But something like this would actually be kind of fun in the really cold, frigid temperatures in the wintertime. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of it. And we'll definitely catch you on the next one. Till then, see you later.